let me tell you how God works. So I was just making a video, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with Amanda Seales, but Amanda Seales is an activist for the Black American community. She's really an advocate. She's an activist, and she advocates for Black people in general. And some fun facts about Amanda Seales, like she's been doing this her entire career. We remember her on The View. She would always speak up about Black issues, and she's just an amazing person. Like she's an amazing person. And she's also neurodivergent. She just found out that she's autistic and she's on the spectrum. And I just want to put that out there because I have made videos in the past where I said neurodivergence is the future, and that we need to be building a community, because I think that we're able to think outside the box more, outside of our skin color and out of the norm and all of that other stuff, to where we can help people, you know, be able to critically think. And that's a whole nother story. But yeah, she is autistic, and I find her to just be everything. Her efforts are not even appreciated, and they're not appreciated from the community because of the things that I've been recently going through online with the American Black community. Amanda Seales is also not, her lineage is not African American descent. She is also Caribbean, but she is Black, and she loves Black people so much that she corrects us, she educates us, she creates shows for us, she creates content for us, she educates us, she speaks for us, she does so much for us. And as I was sitting there uploading this video and talking, I get a notification that says, Amanda Seales, are we a Black community? With a question mark. So I'm going to play you what she said. And I want you to actually listen. I don't want you to there argue and try to find fault in it. Because you need correction. You need to be led. You need to be led. If I say something to you like, oh, what are you going to do? Just keep sitting there line dancing and sitting this one out. You're offended. But you put it out there. You put it out there. So, and this is the community that I'm a part of. This is the community that, like I said, when racist people are being racist towards me, they don't stop to ask me what my lineage is. I'm Black, and your behavior affects everybody. My behavior affects everybody. I've said it over and over again that I love the Black community, and you want me to beef with you and go back and forth and you know, argue with you and bring me down to your level, because that is what you're used to. You guys do not know community, and you do not know love. And I'm going to play Amanda Seales' video that she just uploaded now.
The concept of divide and conquer exists on a multitude of levels. In one very clear way, it exists in the reality that for a time, there was a racial classification that forced people of all different nations to come together under being considered Black. Out of that formed communities, culture, ethnicity. However, out of that came a threat to white supremacy. The ostracizing of us into our own spaces, which in turn forced us to cultivate deep-rooted connections with each other that were grounded in ideologies and value systems that had nothing to do with the American capitalist ideals. Well, that was a threat to the American capitalist ideals. So they had to divide us. And it was so easy, because after the Civil Rights Movement, there was so much more access to other spaces that many of us simply lost sight of the connectivity that we had to each other. There was also violent efforts to push that forward. And so when we look at what we consider to be the Black community, I don't think enough people understand that this version of what you're considering the Black community is not the version of Black community that you may have grown up romanticizing and learning about and believing in. That was a community that was, by force of having to be together, found a way to be together. And far too often, I see folks in this version of our existence mistaking a shared racial classification for actual community. Actual community is not something that just happens. It is effort. It is love. And it is not always convenient. And when we sit up here and we disparage the folks that we claim to be in our community for wanting for our community, that is a great exemplification of how we are simply not a community anymore. We are a racial classification. And until we remember, realign, and reassess what it means to act as a community, that's all we'll be. Divided and conquered.